Hello, my Amazon friends. Welcome back to another product research video. These are the most highly requested videos. So today I put together quite a lengthy one, and this one is going to be talking about a unique product method that I haven't actually seen on YouTube, I don't think even once. So this might be quite interesting. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you find amazing products, especially in these times that we are right now. There's still so much opportunity. And again, you probably know this. If you want to be part of the original private label club, you can try it for $7. Click the link down below for all the information, theplclub.com. We talk about other plethora of product research methods on there as well. So enjoy the video. Some unique product research techniques. I say this quite frequently, and that there is no trick or hack to product research. It's honestly about doing your due diligence and actually putting in the time and the hours. Some people try to get really creative with this, and if anyone ever offers you a product list or things like that, or to do it for you, it's just not a good idea. I wouldn't recommend that. I recommend learning the process yourself, and that's why I put out so many videos. I have an entire playlist dedicated to product research. This is actually exactly also what I teach my students in both my private label club, which really focuses on product research. Especially, it's a very low startup cost. You can try it for $7 right now at theplclub.com, or the students in my course, which is a full Amazon A to Z program. And I really stress product research and putting in the time and effort into it, and this is important. So I wanted to make another video. I have another kind of watching me over my shoulder do this, but I'm gonna try something unique, the Alibaba.com method. This could also lead to some good products. It is going to be a little bit more digging and kind of going back and forth between this and the Amazon, but some people honestly get a little bit bored of doing the same research methods, so that's why I'm coming out with this, just so you can diversify. Again, don't fall for any product research list. Just do the due diligence yourself, but you can honestly find products anywhere. So let's just get into this. Right now, I just went into Alibaba.com, and honestly, this is such a huge platform. Where should you start? Honestly, anywhere. We can kind of look over here. Let's look at these new arrivals. Anything that looks weird is typically a good thing. So we can scroll and see kind of what's going on right here, what's Alibaba recommending, and then also there are categories up here. We'll dive into that. So for starters, I'm curious what this is. So let's just go over here and see the new arrivals. Private label silk mink Korea eyelash extensions. Okay. That could potentially do it. I've seen this on ads before, but anything that looks kind of interesting, honestly, I would open up. I would open up and see what the deal is, because you never know. Honestly, you never know. This is a gel nail. This looks interesting, so I'm going to open this. And I keep scrolling. Okay, sets are usually really good. So I would open any kind of sets, especially it's really easy to private label this. We're kind of going in the beauty kind of thing. I don't know what this is. I'll open that. Let's see, anything else I could private label. I tend to stay away from topicals, things like that, because they're more high liability and more competitive. But anything that's interesting, I don't know what this is. Okay, so let's take a look at this right here. Then we'll go back to some other categories, but I'm just curious about the things I've seen. So this is facial cooling massage. Okay. So let me just get this, which I think is the main keyword. I'm not exactly sure. That's why I'm going to go to Amazon.com. Whoops, not UK. Although you can try international markets as well. I got this new computer, and for some reason, the Amazon.co.uk was the first thing I typed in. So now it's redirecting me there all the time. So anyways, I'm going to type this in and see what. So this is kind of similar to what we saw. I mean, look at this. Reviews are really low. So if this is the main keyword, perhaps it's not bad. Let's actually analyze. By the way, if you need a discount code for this, for Helium 10, Karina 50 will get you 50% off the first month, and Karina 10 will get you 10% off every single month. So let's take a look at this market so far, what has loaded. not bad. I mean, honestly, not bad at all. This looks like a relatively new market and the sales are not bad. I recommend the first 5 sellers to, not first 5, I mean most of the sellers in the market to have at least $5,000 in revenue. And let's check this. 1, 2, 3, 4, not really cutting it close. So there's not too much stability, but if we even scroll a little bit, some sellers are doing quite well. And what's interesting is that it has definitely amazing low reviews. Check this out, right? I mean, could we be someone like this with 8,000 sales a month and with 58 reviews, or 10,000 sales a month with 137 reviews, right? This is interesting. Furthermore, if we go to his store or his this item, another thing I would like to explore is the age of these listings, right? Because that's quite important. Helium 10 will actually give this to you, but this is why I really like it. I still have Keepa, and it's interesting that this product has been around for a long time. My senses tell me that this is kind of a new market. However, the seller did some black hat tricks to overtake a previous listing. That's why it's been around for so many days. This is the old Keepa extension that's now paid. So honestly, just use Helium 10. You can click all time and see how long they've been on. It's showing that they've been on since April of 2017, so quite some time. And you can also see their bestseller rank, which is what I click into it for, to see the kind of patterns, right? The lower the line, the better. And I want to see how good the sales are, if there's any kind of spikes to indicate them like seasonality or anything. And the age of this listing, it's been quite some time, right? This is interesting. So that's what I want to analyze kind of for all the sellers. Let's say this is something we potentially think about going into, then you definitely want to analyze the listings. Let's open this one too, so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm doing. This is a different product, but similarly, what I would do is analyze the days this listing is old, like how many days it's been on, and the trends of the sales. I like to click all time and see. It's pretty stable, right? There's no dramatic spikes. This is where they launched. It's been for 247 days since how long? Since August of 2019 approximately, right? So that's not that old, but that's just an idea, right? We just found this item randomly off of Alibaba. There's a lot of directions you can take this. You can continue looking on Alibaba, or what I typically like to do is kind of observe the sellers that are selling well and just peep into their storefront really quick. It looks like there's a lot of hijackers on this listing, as you can see. So that's kind of unfortunate. You definitely don't want a product that's easily hijackable, which actually this is kind of a red flag, because 20 new, so 20 hijackers on this listing, which is not good for the seller, because the buy box, he's not getting the buy box. As you can see, all of these people kind of, are on here as well. So you don't want to be in a predicament like that or in a market like that. So if all of the sellers, let's actually take a quick look and go in and see if they have hijackers. This one doesn't have hijackers, so that's not bad. So really low reviews. So this is something also that you can improve on. You can go into their storefront and see if they have any other interesting items around here and if they're selling well. So I don't know what any of this is, but clearly they're trying to sell a bunch of different things and they have different brands for this. But what's interesting is, of course, run the extension on this and see if they have any other products that are selling well by running the Chrome extension on their storefront, and you can see that they're not. I like 5,000 to be the bare minimum. They don't even have a single item that's doing 5,000, so in my opinion this is kind of a waste of time, and I don't like going into products that aren't making money. So this seller is out, right? So this market, not sure, it could be stronger with the sales, but let's actually keep on looking. So we opened that this one. Okay, let's look at whatever. Okay, so this is a little different, right? But anyways, let's keep going. This is a reusable cotton pads makeup remover double layer. Okay, this has a lot of keywords. I'm not exactly sure what the keyword is, but you can find out what it could possibly be, right? Let's keep going with this. Pore cleanser face spatula extractor. This is interesting just because I don't know what this is, and I typically like products that I don't know what it is. Actually, I've seen this before, but let's actually see pore cleanser face. Okay, let's look at face spatula. And I'm going to show you in a minute how to actually get the keywords for this. So this is an oversaturated market. By the way, this product, I've actually done a little bit of research into this a while ago, maybe a year ago. But let's see what comes up for face spatula. Looks like it's the exact same product that we saw. So let's run the extension on this and see what comes up. Let me launch these tools. Okay, it's being okay, there we go. Sometimes it's being a little slow. Okay, so let's see how this market is doing. Very sporadic. And by the way, the purpose of these videos is not to find winning products, and I seldom will find winning products just because you know how many hours, if you actually are doing product research, you know how many hours it actually takes to potentially find a product. So you will be sitting for quite some time. But the purpose of this is to kind of get you more to understand the type of markets we're trying to look for, the type of flaws that can happen within product research. And so you really know my mentality behind doing product research and the way I teach it in the low risk way, because you can easily get into a market even like this. Let's use this as an example where the sales are high. They're kind of people are doing hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in sales, but the reviews are also quite competitive, right? You're competing against someone who has 3,000 reviews, 6,000 reviews. By the way, when you do this, ignore the sponsored products. I don't take them into account of my product analysis, so just you can X them out over here or just ignore them. I just scroll up and ignore them. But what I was saying is, it's going to be very hard for you to rank in a market that is doing really high sales and also that has kind of higher reviews. So that's not really something that you want to do. It's going to require a lot of capital. It's going to require a lot of methods and tactics that are not beginner or intermediate friendly. They're advanced friendly and just for people that have capital. But that doesn't necessarily mean you need to go into them, because there are many markets that are lower risk that you can get in. Yeah, maybe they're not going to be doing $300,000 a month in revenue, which is so difficult to compete against, almost impossible, and I just really don't recommend it. It's going to be tens and thousands of dollars, and there's honestly no guarantee. But going into markets that are doing $7,000 a month, $5,000 a month, 10, 15, with lower reviews, you can organically rank with PPC, or I guess you can rank with PPC and then start getting organic sales without really spending that much money. And that's honestly really what I recommend. And that's how I teach this. So if you're into it, low risk, like I said, join my private label club, theplclub.com. It's the original private label club. And we have weekly updates. We have product research videos, just product research validation, everything. And if you're ready to fully jump in, then of course I have a full course that encompasses everything, how to rank, how to do listing creations, everything, right? So whatever kind of base you're on, check those out. They're linked down below. But again, essentially, remember, we're trying to find kind of lower revenue products. This one is a little too high for my taste, so let's move on. We got this soap whitening mini paper soap. I don't even know what this is, but due to what is happening right now, I could see why dispensable soap would make sense. Is this just a bar of soap in a thing? I don't know. Okay, so let's say portable disposable soap. Again, this is probably not the main keyword, but let's just look and see if there's even a market. That's kind of how I start out, to see if there's other sellers with this, and clearly they are. So that's interesting. So it's a sheet of soap. Okay, so if I don't know the keyword, this is actually a good thing. This is how I find out what the keyword is. There's two things you can do. You can take what you think the word is, which is portable disposable soap. You can go to Helium 10. You can go into their magnet tool, and you can put the word in here, get keywords, and wait. And then you will sort them from highest to lowest and kind of find the first word that's not general, that's kind of specific enough to the product, where every seller on the first page is that product. So first you have to sort it by highest to lowest. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe toilet paper has 3 million searches. That is crazy. So let's soft soap, kitchen storage box, mini hand sanitizer, bulk foaming soap. I don't know. I might have to look through these to kind of figure out what it is. I don't even know what it is. But clearly it's not the main keyword. Just because, let's actually analyze the market. I'll show you why. It's probably the search volume is really low for this. So see, search volume not available. So that's not the main keyword. And that's the danger that people can run into, because they can find a market, and let's say we look at this market and similar to this, the reviews are low, and let's even pretend that the sales are more higher and stable. What they don't know is that this is not the main keyword of the product, and there might be a bigger one that's governing the sales with more competitive sellers that are kind of going to be having higher sales, higher reviews. But we have to find what it is. So I'm going to take actually this seller right here, and that's a different one. So let's take this person, and so you can keep looking on the magnet tool I showed you, or you can actually go into Cerebro, which is right here, and this is basically a reverse ASIN search. So you can type in this ASIN, get keywords, and then see what other words this product is ranking for. Again, I like to sort it from highest to lowest. A lot of the times it will rank for words that it's not necessarily getting sales for, like hand soap. It's a very competitive market. Obviously, there's many people doing hand soap, but I will try to find this kind of portable soap. You might have to scroll. It's not going to be any of these. I feel like these are too general still. I feel like this is really niche, and I'm not exactly, maybe it's paper soap. Paper soaps kind of sounds like it. So this looks more like it, right? Let's actually analyze the market for the right thing. And I can guarantee you that you never even imagined that this would be a market. Paper soap, who would have thought? But already look, the sales are better for this, more stable, there's more sellers, and the search volume is higher. Maybe this is the highest the search volume is going to get. And actually, guess what? 4,000 search volume isn't too terrible. Some people might look at this and say, no, this is way too low. This is way too low for me to rank, because 4,000 searches is nothing compared to, let's say, 200,000 or 300,000 that some markets are around. But those are, like I mentioned earlier, are harder to rank for. But if we are in a market that has 5,000 searches, that might seem low. But if we look and reference the sales, people are still getting sales. So just because the main keyword has a lower search volume doesn't mean the sales will be low. And that's kind of what I'm trying to hammer into everyone's head, especially my students know that I mention search volume quite frequently just because it is such an important component, and it doesn't have to be dramatically high for the product to be successful, because look, there are still sales and the review count is much lower than those oversaturated markets, right? So even in these markets, there's room for improvement, because let's look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sellers on the first page. Well, let's not include him. We're not including 6, 7, or 5 sellers already doing really well. If we do it better than them, maybe we can, and maybe if compete, maybe we can have a better shot. Of course, I do recommend for sales for the revenue to be a little bit more stable. As you know, if you're in my private label club or in my course, it's still a little bit kind of not as stable as I would like. But some people are doing quite well with really low reviews. Maybe this is a new upcoming market. If you launch and do this interestingly, let's see, this person right here went out of the box and kind of has different designs. Although I personally think maybe the market wants this because they're more portable as opposed to more design. But let's say you do something better, you bundle it, you offer something better. There's a lot of negative reviews, not negative, but say 4-star reviews, 1-star reviews. Maybe you can be the person with 4.5-star reviews. Maybe you can have an advantage of a better bundle or better price, and you can actually rank with PPC and do better. And this is kind of a new market and you get into it and do well. That's great. You can rank with very, very low startup costs. Like, how expensive could this possibly be? Probably not expensive whatsoever at all. And it's actually quite intriguing, this item. And that's done low risk. And that's really what I'm trying to get you to understand, right? So I probably wouldn't have never thought of this product myself, nor would I have found it anywhere with the traditional methods. But sometimes Alibaba does give very interesting things. And this was just me going into the new arrivals, kind of clicking around. But you already know that this has so many products, so many different types of products, so many different categories. Like, even look at these categories. Maybe we can go into toys, hobbies, and crafts. Maybe stickers, right? Who would have thought? I would have never thought of stickers. What type of stickers? What's an interesting sticker? fruit stickers. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can find a market like rock and roll stickers, animal stickers, anything. It's endless. There are literally thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of factories on here that have different niches. So if you're bored of the traditional research methods, this might be an interesting one to try out, believe it or not. It might take some time. You might stumble across very random things, and just, of course, cross-reference that with the Amazon and Helium-10 and everything. But this is a good way to start. Really good way to start, right? Charcoal, or wood pellets. I don't even know what that is. Like, what if we type that into Amazon, right? You could see that it's very easy to spend hours and hours on these markets doing it any which way. But the most important thing I do want to say is, whatever way you are doing it, spend some time doing it. Don't just do it for 30 minutes and call it a day, and really do try to find the low risk markets with lower reviews and lower search volume and lower sales. That's the key, because if you're going after products that have hundreds of thousands dollars worth of not dollars search volume, you're never going to be able to compete with the big boys, because they're all buying reviews, they're all using sales tactics to get ranked. A lot of money spent, a lot of full price giveaways. That's not money you have, and not really money you need in order to start Amazon. So anywho, if you haven't subscribed yet, do subscribe. I post videos on here so much. Try to add as much value as possible. Do like this video if you're gonna try out these research methods, and if you want more information, of course, everything's down below. I have free cheat sheets, download them below. I have a Facebook group, join it, ask all your questions in there, and of course the private label club and my course. And it was great having you on here. I will see you in my next video.